Welcome to the Health and Happiness Show. I am Janet Hawkins, and we are here doing our show for the month of December. And I hope everyone has enjoyed the holiday of Thanksgiving and been very grateful for all your many blessings as well. So as many of you know, I am a doctor of naturopath, and we attempt to go to the root cause of what is causing your condition. Now we have a little brochure as well, and we offered many different things. We do the biological terrain assessment. That's a saliva and urine testing, and that goes in and tells us exactly if you have a viral bacteria, how the condition of the mitochondria is working, which is the energy powerhouse of your cell. And then it also goes in and tells us if you have any heavy metals, which I'm seeing more and more heavy metals today. And where can we get the heavy metals? Many times we can get it from the air we breathe. It's just unbelievable. And I can't pinpoint it as to if it's lead, if it's aluminum, things of that sort. But what we do is I use the Pure Body spray, which I didn't bring that along, but you just took a spray and sprayed in your mouth 4 times, 3 times a day, and that it works very successfully on eliminating that as well. And I'll tell you if you have a viral or bacteria as well. And that's the and that's a 2-hour appointment normally. And if you know your blood type, then it will give you a printout on what foods are beneficial, what you need to avoid, and things of that type as well. And then we do a mini consultation where I go in and do the iridology, where I look in your irises and tell you your strength and your weaknesses as well. What I am seeing, because I am doing a holistic psychic fair on December 3rd in Beloit, Ohio, out towards Alliance. And when I'm doing an affair at the Holistic Psychic Show, I always do the iridology free of charge. And also I will be at the Hartfield Flea Market at the marketplace inside on the end of November as well, on the 25th. But then I don't think you'll see this recording until December. But anyway, I'm just telling you that, and I do the free iridology. And what I am seeing when I do the mini iridology, I am seeing stress, toxins, people not sleeping well at night, and energy is low. Those 4 things. So, you know, what we do is we muscle test you, and that's where everything has an energy, and your body's going to tell you what we need. So if you're stressed, we may need some Stress J, we may need some skull cap, the 7 flowers. So what we do is we line that up and we see which one is best for you. I can't tell you. You will tell me, because everything has energy that relates to our food, to the enzymes, everything. So that's what that's all about as well. And then we also do the grounding sessions now as well, and that's where I have the little round pads that we put on your palms of your hand or on your feet, and you can have that done when we do a consultation as well. And that's going to get your body back into the rhythm of the earth as well, because a lot of times we are missing that in trying to keep our body in balance as well. And then whenever you come for the saliva and urine testing, I always give you a beamer session as well. And that's where you sit in a chair, and that's going to improve your blood flow by at least 30%. And I've been using the beamer for at least 5 years, and I really feel as though it's very beneficial with the grounding sessions as well. So those are a couple of the things that we provide as well. And then also, I do a newsletter every month, and this one is on blood sugar. Seems like we're having a lot of type 2 diabetes today, and if you're having any blood sugar problems, I always recommend chromium. Chromium is the mineral for your blood sugar. So I was just going to share that with you as well. So it's been a very busy month. I did go see the monks. They were at the Tiberian monks. They were at the yoga center in Canton, Ohio, and it was amazing. There's a picture of them. It was very spiritual, very healing. They did a presentation on healing your body. Then they did another one on healing world peace as well. So it was a great opportunity, and hopefully they will be back next year, and I will be able to have them on the show so you can experience it as well. And then we'll have Beverly is the one that coordinated the event, and I'll have her on explaining all of what their belief is and how spiritual and healing it can be. So I really found that the yoga was very relaxing, and the flexibility was great with having them in the background as well. So I was very blessed to experience that this last month as well. So what we try to do is we try to present a foundation to build your body back up and get you back into balance. So before we go into our main program, I just wanted to share with you, here we are going into the holidays, especially we've already had Thanksgiving, now we're going into Christmas. So get your paper and pencil ready so we can discuss I'm going to give you 3 tips on stress-free holiday. So we remember stress can really create a lot of problems. We have a lot of pressure on us right now. You're probably working a full-time job. You have a family. You have to prepare dinner and, laundry, the whole thing. You have a lot on your plate. So first of all, we need to keep it simple. Do less and enjoy more. Make a list, okay, and say, okay, you have maybe an 8-9-year-old. He can fold the laundry for you, and then another one can take it and put it where it needs to go. And then create a simple menu. And like for breakfast, I like the plant strong. And this is, fork over knives. His son has put the food together. And it is so great. It's all plant-based, and there is no added sugar, and it's oil-free. And he has a soup and a pizza as well. And being that I am, kind of solo now and preparing my own food, it's nice to have this for breakfast or have the soup available if you need it. And it's very, very good. I like it that it's not processed and there's no sugar. So I'm just saying, there's that. You can have some soups you can order, and you can go on Amazon and order that as well, or go to Plant Strong, and that's how I order mine as well. And then also, now we need to remember, keep it simple. Number 2 is self-care is essential. You've got to take care of yourself. So the first thing we have to do is we need to exercise. May it just be a short walk. Maybe it's a 5-10 minute walk. I personally try to walk 5 to 6 days a week, at least 1.5 miles or 2 miles a day with my little dog, Minnie, miniature Dachshund. She really enjoys her walk, as I do too, and the weather's been nice in November. Sun is shining today, beautiful day, up to 65. So, even if it's in the 30s, bundle up, get out there and do a short walk. And then also we have the essential oils. You can use those as well. And you can put those on the soles of your feet. They'll be absorbed into your body very quickly. If you question that, take some garlic, rub it on your feet, open up a little bulb of it, and, take the peeling off and rub it on your feet. You can taste that in 2 minutes. So it's the same way with the oils. They'll get right in. And so whenever you do your exercise, I feel as though it's a form of meditation for me, to let things go. And if you are able to meditate, it's great to sit down and focus on what really matters, and to give it over to God and have prayer and have faith as well. So self-care, you've got to take your supplements as well, your vitamin D3, and go out and exercise and try to walk. Okay, and number 3 is we need to prioritize. So don't overstuff yourself on food and alcohol. You need to focus on what is most important for you, okay? And remember, it's okay to say no. If somebody requests you to do this or invites you, you can say no if it doesn't work in. Just explain to them, your plate is very full and we can't do that. So those are the 3 to help us cope with the stress during the holidays. Now, let's take some time to discuss some important building blocks to growing and building a strong immune system. So the number one is our sunlight. When the sun is out, you need to get out there. It's the best source of vitamin D3. And try to get out in the sunshine if it's out for at least 10 minutes a day. And what you have to understand, vitamin D3 helps with your immune system, and also it can help with internal inflammation. And number two, on keeping the immune system strong, we need clean air. And the clean air is so important of building the immune system as well. And then he's going to bring up the picture of the Green Tech machine, which is the one that I prefer, and I have those available as well, which would make a great Christmas gift too. So breathing the fresh air outside is necessary, as well as the indoor. We want the indoor clear of toxins, and the Green Tech, if there is a virus, it will destroy that as well in my office. I have it in the office because I was using a diffuser, and I was like, why can't I smell my essential oils? Well, the air purifier was taking out the smell. So you need to use a high quality air purifier, and this is the one that I really, really like it. It's very, very good. Okay, and the next thing we need to do is we need to drink plenty of water and be hydrated. So just remember, you take your body weight, and say you're like 200 pounds, you take half of that. That's how many ounces of water you drink a day. So you would have 100 ounces that you need to drink on a daily basis. But you need to drink quality water so we can kind of flush the toxins out that can lead to infections and the bacteria as well. And then we have nutrition, which is so vital important. It's like eating a well-balanced diet full of fruits and vegetables, grass-fed and pasteurized raised meats as well, without any hormones and no antibiotics. Try to avoid as much processed food as you can, and stay away from sugar and caffeine, because it can help your body really be kind of slow and no energy. Now, what I have found with a lot of people that do not have a lot of energy, I like the hyper greens. This has wheatgrass in it. If you tend to be anemic, this works very well as well. And also it has wheatgrass in it. It has beet powder in it. It has salts for the thyroid. The beet powder can go in and clean the liver as well. I personally did this today before I left this morning. I've been using it on a regular basis because going into wintertime, you don't get as many greens. And then we also have the liquid chlorophyll as well. So you can always add that to your water. And that's going to go in and balance your pH, and it's going to detox you. Kathy, you want some as well? Sure. You can pour that in, and then hopefully it won't drip too much. So between the hyper greens, you put a teaspoon of that in your water, and it's a little, how do I say, the first time I used it, I put some little cider in it, because in the fall we always have cider, or you can put some organic apple juice in it to kind of cut the green bitter taste. I'm like a veteran because I've been doing it a long time, and I just drink it straight. A teaspoon, mix it up in a glass of water, like maybe this much water, not a big glass, just this much, and just down it. And it's really, really good, and I get it out of Arizona. Shan Stratton, I've known him for a long time, and he works with professional athletes as a trainer. So you're in the big league whenever you're doing this as well, getting a lot of good nutrition. So that's always something as well. And then, so we've got our nutrition, and then we have our sleep. For sleep, I like everyone to take the magnesium complex before we go to bed. 60 to 80% of the population is very deficient in magnesium, and this is going to go in and relax your body, and it's going to help you sleep. We should aim for at least 7 hours of sleep a night, and this is time for your body to rest and recuperate and ready for the next day. And then we've got to make sure we do the movement. That's where we're talking about the exercise, a jump rope or a rebounder to get that lymphatic system working. The lymph system is your garbage disposal of your body. So sometimes if it gets tender under your arm, that's the lymph saying, here I am, we need to move. It doesn't have a pump like your heart does. So you've got to do that up and down movement, or if you're walking, move those arms really, really fast. And then we need to take care of our colon too, you know, because if you're eating a lot of the bakeries and the pastries, you could get constipated. So you need to keep that colon open so you get 2 to 3 bowel movements at least per day. And also the movement will help with moving the colon as well. Stay hydrated, because when, you know, doing a lot of clients and doing shows, I see people that are constipated. I always check to see if they're drinking enough water. And then we can also get them started on maybe it's called LBS2, long, brown, and smooth, that or slippery elm. And again, we would muscle test and see which one would work well. I like the slippery elm because it works with constipation or diarrhea. So, you know, but we listen to what your body is saying. And then we have the kidneys, so they are always filtering our blood, and it's important to keep the kidneys working very well with hydration as well. So, and then the last one is your skin. It is your body's largest organ and one of the key pathways to get toxins out of the body. To use it, you need to sweat. So, you know, if you get out there and walk, you can start sweating. And also, you've got to take care of the skin, because a lot of times whenever we have a breakout on our skin, it's toxins coming out through the skin, and we go back to the diet as well. So talking about skin, I wanted to introduce our guest. It is Kathy's here, Jeffries, and she's from Ganny Goat Naturals, right? Yeah. So she's here to share with you about all of the products that her and her husband make. And where do we start? You have how many goats?
We have 11.
11 goats?
We used to have over 40, but we've thinned the herd.
Okay.
And so we manage that by stagger breeding so that we have fresh milk all the time for our products.
Right. So, and you milk the goats once a day?
We took them down to once a day because our schedule doesn't give us the time for twice a day, but you know, you just have to be faithful with that. You can't go out the next day and say, I need extra milk, so I'm going to do 2 today.
Right.
That doesn't work. If you're going to do 1 a day, that's what you're going to do, and you're going to need to do it the same time every day.
Right.
You know, not morning one day, evening the other.
So you have a very tight schedule.
We do.
Right. You usually milk them in the morning or evening?
I do the evening. That way, if I need extra time, I'm able to
do it. Right.
Do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
But we do spend a great deal of time checking on things out there, especially during kidding season, making sure that everything goes right with the births, and helping mom if she gets bogged down, we can help her with drying them off and getting them to eat.
Nice. Well, the nice thing is you can always give your soaps that you make. So you're going to go through and share us with what you have available, especially this time of year. It's always good to consider giving the gift of health. And skin products can be so toxic as well. So I'll let you take it from there.
Yeah, you have to read your labels. Just because it says natural doesn't mean it's beneficial for you. There's keywords to look out for: sulfates. They're going to strip your body of the natural oils. So look at your ingredient, and that's going to be probably up in the front of the label, because they use them as a filler, but they're not that good. So know what you're putting on your skin.
Right.
And another word to stay away from is parabens. We have found that that's linked to skin cancer, to breast cancer, and so you want to not use those, and you're going to find those a lot in deodorants, and that's why.
Well, yeah, because you don't. Now, do you carry deodorants?
We do, and we do not use the parabens at all. And our lotions call for a preservative as well. That's what paraben is a preservative. They label it as all natural, but stay away anyway. So we pay triple the amount to get one that is paraben free, so that our lotions will last longer. The shelf life would probably be a week without any kind of preservative in it at all. So those are a couple keywords that you want to look. Oh, another alcohol.
It's very drying.
Yeah,
Correct.
and we do a lip balm that is alcohol free because this time of year you're going to get that wind on your lips, and that is
Especially
going
when-
to dry them. The alcohol is going to dry them more. So read your label, make sure there's no alcohol in it. Ours has simple ingredients that you can use, and coconut oil is one of
Nice.
the biggest ingredients.
Yes.
And so that's going to help with that. We put some essential oils in them too that will help with other things also. And so just an added benefit.
Well, and I think now, this is a good point to bring up as well. A lot of times in your lipstick, there could be lead.
Okay.
So you've got to really be careful when you purchase a lipstick to make sure there's no lead in it.
Yeah.
So, whoever you buy it from, drill it or read the label as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
we just have to be label readers.
Absolutely, and that's why I like the Yucca app. And that's, you go in and zap the barcode and it's going to tell you if it's good, excellent, good, bad, or poor. So, sometimes I might take it bad, but overall I like for excellent and O. Especially, it works on, skin products, it works on foods, all types of things. So I like everybody to have the Yucca app, and I always hand that out when I do a show. Or
Very
when a client's
beneficial
come in.
information.
Absolutely, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then in your chapstick too, the why I like yours much better is many of these chapsticks are petroleum based.
Yes.
And that is not good. We don't need that. So
No, you don't need the petroleum. Sometimes we'll use royal jelly.
okay,
And that'll
nice.
give you some of what you're looking for the benefits of
Right.
of it without using the petroleum jelly.
Right.
And so that's, nature makes some really good benefits for us.
Okay.
Another thing that I thought we'd talk about some of the additives that we use. We use charcoal, activated charcoal. That's going to help you get the dirt and the oil out of your skin. The products aren't going to work as well if they just stay on the surface.
What's drawing?
Right, you've got to get that out, and the benefit of the milk is that it absorbs beneath the top layer of skin.
Okay.
So you want to keep everything kind of unclogged so that this will work to those bottom layers, especially now we've got the furnace on. It doesn't matter how you're heating, your skin is dry.
Right.
And so that's the benefit of the milk, is besides the vitamins that's in it, it's going to go beneath the surface. And so you're not going to be washing it off all the time either because it's down there.
Right.
And so that's a help too. And so we use the activated charcoal. That's going to draw the toxins out, and then you can use our products. Teenagers find it really helpful with the acne because they need to get that oil out of their skin.
Right.
And so that's one, and we just started with another one that has the activated charcoal, plus we put colloidal oatmeal in it. Colloidal oatmeal is going to seal moisture, but it's also going to exfoliate, and it's going to be like a powder. It's not going to clog the drain or anything, so that's really beneficial. So we have a bar now that has both of those. So that's one of our additives. We use jewelweed now that we've harvested from a local farm. Put that back in the soap, and it's good. It doesn't keep you from getting poison ivy, but it's going to help you with
The itching.
the
correct.
itching,
Yes.
and from maybe getting as bad as it could. So it's going to help with the rash, and then we put some of the colloidal oatmeal because we know oatmeal is going to help with itching.
Right.
And then we put lavender essential oil, which is also good for poison ivy, for itching, for rashes. So we pack that bar with things that might help.
Well, and plus with the wintertime, with the heating the home, the skin tends to get dry.
Right.
So that could help with that as well. So show us some of your products that you have there.
Okay, that one I was just talking about is down here. It has the jewelweed in it, and then
Okay.
we also, how we do it is we steep the herb into an olive oil for 24 hours into a big crock pot,
Okay.
and then we strain it off, and we put that oil back in to our bar.
Okay.
And then we'll grind up some more of the jewelweed, and we'll put it in the soap too.
Right.
Well, we do the same thing with lavender as well.
Nice.
And lavender, people think of just calming, but it's so good for, we talked earlier about the poison ivy, the itching, the rashes, diaper rash.
Oh, nice.
Which I didn't know about sunburns. So that's your beneficial bar, you know, especially if you're going camping and all these things are going on and you can use that bar. But we use the herb as well as the essential oil. So we kind of pack as much in there as we can into one bar. We have some bars that also have beeswax in them, and royal jelly, pollen, propolis. It's all good natural ingredients for your skin.
Right, exactly.
And that, so we'll put those in there too. So we try to use what we can from nature first. So harvest what we can and put back in there, and then use the essential oils. And try to, we don't want to make an inferior product and say, you know, this is natural. We want to make sure, read your labels and know whether this is a good ingredient that you should be using on your skin.
Now you have, now if someone would like to buy some of your soap, say for a Christmas gift, or I like this, like right here we have this little bag here, you can always put health is wealth, and nothing better than giving a good product for your Christmas gift. Like here's some chlorophyll, you could put the bar soap in, things of that sort.
Yeah, make it. We do a lot of gift baskets this time of year.
Oh, do you? Okay,
people
nice.
Some people want us to complete the basket, some people want us to start it, and then they add some of their
to
touches
it, correct.
too.
Yes, yes.
We have those gift bags down there, the little blue and white ones with the
Okay.
snowflakes. Those have a 2 ounce of
Where's
one of our.
that?
It's
Yeah,
over
why
by
don't we
the.
move it back a little bit so you can see it? Okay.
Yeah, it's right here. But it's got a 2 ounce of one of our
Oh,
creams.
nice,
It's got one
nice.
of our soap dishes and a 1 ounce bar of the soap, and so it gives you a chance to try it and see if the products are good for
Yeah.
your skin.
Nice.
We have 3 types of milk that we use. We use goat milk from our farm.
Okay.
We use donkey milk, and we use camel milk. Camel milk is, all the milks are going to absorb, and they're going to have the vitamins in that, but the camel milk is specifically going to help you with psoriasis. And I know that from personal experience. That's how we started it, was when I developed psoriasis, and I'm Googling what can we make.
Okay.
And it was saying tea tree oil and camel's milk. So that's how we started with making our products.
So that's a soap.
We make it in soap, cream, shampoo.
Which do you find is the most beneficial for psoriasis?
My psoriasis was in my scalp.
Okay.
And so I made it into a shampoo first.
Okay.
And we put the tea tree oil in it. And then because it was so bad, I left it on for a while just to, you know, get it down in the scalp, and just left it.
Okay.
And so I found that was helpful. And so then we started making the soap and the cream as well. And we've had some pretty good reviews about it from people that have tried medications that didn't work. And they,
Right.
you know, they said that it helped. They found some relief.
So you get the Campbell milk.
Right. We are not able to get that locally, so we do have to source that, and it's more of a freeze dried where we have to make it.
Okay.
Because you know we don't have the camels on
So
our
does
farm.
it come from overseas or
It comes from India.
India? Okay.
It comes from India. Same with the camel milk and donkey milk both come from India.
Oh, so you have donkey milk
We
too.
have donkey milk, and the prime difference with the donkey milk is it's more of an anti-aging.
Oh, really?
That you can use it, but it's still going to have the other benefits, but the primary is for the anti-aging.
So do you put the donkey's milk in all of your soaps or just certain ones?
Just in the, well, we have a line that's just donkey milk, and then we have one that's just camel, and then we have our goat milk line. And then we do have a soap that has goat and camel both in, because people early on were saying, I want both, so we ended up blending them. So we haven't done that with donkey yet. It's our newest product. So.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea to put the donkey in for the anti-aging.
Yeah.
For everyone, basically,
Right.
you know, because we're all
and,
aging.
and you could do that even with the creams. You could mix them too if you
Right.
wanted to, but we make those into a cream. We haven't done anything other than cream or soap in the donkey milk. It's new right now, so
All right,
maybe
so how long have you been using the donkey milk?
just a few months.
A few months,
Yeah,
okay.
it takes a while to get moving on to something else.
Right, it's
you know,
gonna take
especially
you-
the amount of products that we have. And then we have the farm and we have the animals, so sometimes it takes
It's a lot of
while.
work, yeah.
My husband, he creates the recipes and that, so it takes a while to go in there and do the science behind it, because you can't just throw ingredients in a pot. You have to know the balance,
Right, you have to,
percentage of
proportions,
everything.
correct.
Yeah, and so it takes a while to create a new recipe in that. So.
I like the thought of the donkey milk, and that's freeze-dried as well?
It's
And-
freeze dried. We have to, yeah, we get that from India, and then we have to do it. We have to make the milk ourselves with adding the distilled water to it.
Distilled water to it,
Yeah,
okay.
because there's farms in the United States that you could get the fresh milk, but we could never sell it for that because, I mean, it's a couple $100 just for shipping.
Okay.
And that's just for a minuscule amount of milk.
All
It's
right.
not very much, so.
So how is it that India has the donkey milk more so?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just,
Okay.
they have farms there, and I was doing research, well, how do they get the milk? And they hook them up to the same machines as they would for cows.
Right, yes.
And they milk them with a machine. And,
Wow.
and that, so I'm assuming donkey would be similar.
That's interesting, very interesting.
And there is sheep milk out there too, so
Oh,
who
really?
knows? Who knows what next year
No,
might
well,
bring.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So what is the benefit of the sheep milk?
I haven't really researched it yet.
Okay, not
and
yet. That's
yeah.
on the plate,
It
maybe
takes
next year.
takes a while of research before you decide whether you want to add it to
Right.
your product lines.
Well, I really think the donkey milk is going to be a good promotional with the
Yeah.
anti-aging. And then, of course, the camel milk is good as well. And the goat's milk, I
Yeah.
remember studying with Dr. Jensen back in the day. He said, when you see a goat, you know somebody's sick, because the goat's milk is so beneficial with all the nutrients, vitamins, and everything. And I know we used to make homemade ice cream, and I would go buy the goat's milk, and it was so much better than
The cream
using
is so
regular milk.
thick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very thick and rich, right.
If you let a glass sit for a while, or in the refrigerator, we would do it in jars.
Okay.
And if you let it sit for a little bit, it'll be real thick.
And does it separate like milk does or not?
It's
just
all
thick?
through the milk,
All
but
through
it does, if you want to save the milk so that you can make butter, you're going to do shallow dishes, and then you're going to skim off the milk, but it's going to take a process, and you're going to freeze that until you have enough.
Okay.
It's very hard. You can't really use even a cream separator for it.
Okay,
And that, so it's
interesting.
very, very involved.
Do you use the goat milk for any of your cooking as well?
We do. We use it, and I have made butter out of it. It's just a process, but
Yeah.
I have done that, and we use it at the house. Yeah.
Nice, nice. So what do we have in the liquids over there?
I have the facial cleanser. That one is made from goat's milk.
Okay.
And it is unscented unless you'd like to have a tea tree or lavender, something, to help. Added help for it. So that's a facial cleanser that you can use, and it's made with the goat's milk. The base has goat's milk and panthenol and honey.
Okay.
So it's got a base, and then the other one is shampoo made out of camel milk.
Okay.
Sometimes we'll have the goat milk shampoo too. If the process for the liquids takes a couple weeks, so
All right.
it's
So
really hard
what's
to
the
get to it.
benefit of having the shampoo rather than buying shampoo from the store?
Well, you're not going to get the sulfates in ours.
Okay. All right.
And you can actually use the bars of soap. Some people do. They use the bar of soap for shampoo.
Really?
I like liquid better.
Okay.
But if you were going on vacation, you could take a bar of soap and you could use it for shampooing, for showering, and you can use it as a shaving cream as well. So
Really?
one bar of soap would do everything.
Right. And use it
And
for
so-
cleaning your hair as well.
Yeah, you can.
So what do you use for your shampoo? The liquid?
I use the liquid camel milk
Okay.
because I do tend to notice that the psoriasis comes back without it.
Okay.
And so now we
nice.
can't guarantee, it's going to help everybody, but I've gotten really good reviews from people that have really struggled
Right.
because it is painful.
Good. I see one of the containers. I think it would be nice if we would show what you're
Oh, sure.
talking
This
about
one
as
is
well.
the shampoo,
Okay.
and then this one is the facial cleanser, and then we can always add an essential oil to them. if
Okay.
that's
So
what
do
somebody
you do
wants.
a special request of people request something special?
If they want the oil in it,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they can request it. And they can say, can you add this to it? And it's not a problem. It's just adding it and shaking it, so it's not a big deal.
I believe you said you made a special soap for a lady using maybe honey bees or something.
Right. She has honeybees, and so we make a soap for her that she sells for the farmers markets, and it has beeswax, propolis, honey, beeswax, and royal jelly.
I see.
And then hers is really loaded because it also has the colloidal oatmeal in it, it has the goat milk in it, and then it has essential oils in it.
Ooh, that's pretty strong.
It takes 2 soap makers to make that one because you don't want it to set up too fast, and so it takes 2 of us.
So whenever you make the soap, what is the process? You mix everything together just like you're preparing some food, right?
Right. You want to mix your oils together. You want to melt the oils to get them at a certain temperature while the lye and the distilled water are reaching a temperature, and when they agree, then you mix them.
Okay.
So you stir that, put it on the heat some more, take it off, stir it some more, put it on the heat some more, and then you can take it off and add the milk and the essential oils and all that, at the very end, and then put it in the mold. So then you're talking 24 hours, you can cut the soap, and then it dries. It goes on racks for a while.
Okay, so how long does it dry?
We like to have it dry a couple of weeks, but of course the longer that you don't use the bar, the harder the bar will get, and it'll last longer.
Okay.
So,
okay.
and another good tip people don't think of is in the shower, y'all have those shelves.
Right.
Don't put it where the water's going to go over it because it will melt the soap and the bar is going to evaporate sooner.
Right, okay, that
so,
makes sense.
Put it on those back shelves.
Right, or don't you have a little wooden shelf that you can set the...
We have wooden dishes.
Yeah, the dish, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have soap dishes.
Yeah, because one thing I've noticed using your soaps, there's not really a lather to
lather. So it just depends on how much you're doing it, but it lathers quickly.
Okay.
But it's mostly the coconut oil that causes the lather.
Interesting. Yes. Yeah. So you have all different types of soaps, basically.
We do. We have the 3 lines. We have the goat, camel, and donkey. All of those. The oatmeal or the charcoal or the infused herbs, and you can also request something if you don't see it on our online store.
Right.
We get a lot of requests. Can you make this or?
Right. So you have an online store.
We do. We have an online store at nannygoatnaturals.com.
Okay. Nice.
And you can find there's actually catalogs there, and you can go into each milk line and do a catalog.
Nice, very nice,
So.
very nice. Okay, so what's in the little glass containers?
Those are some of the, this is the lavender here, the lavender flowers. This is what we're going to steep in our oil overnight, and then we're going to put it back into our soap.
Okay,
nice. And then this one is what the jewelweed looks like.
Okay.
We've been drying it for 2 years, and this is what we're using
for 2
now.
years,
For
wow.
2 years, it's hanging in our garage.
Yeah.
So
nice.
you can't get any more natural than going to the farm and picking it and drying
Right,
it.
exactly, right. Yeah, I can relate to that because we were talking, driving up here to do the show, is I had made my own salve out of comfrey.
Right.
So if you ever need any comfrey, let me know because
Okay.
I have a huge plant, and it keeps spreading every year.
And it has beautiful benefits.
Oh
the
yeah,
comfrey
especially
does.
if you have dry skin, because I had made it for my class, one of my classes for my doctor of naturopath, and it takes a process. So I can really relate to what you are making here.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, you can't just go out and pick that sprig of jewelweed and say, okay, I'm going to use it today.
No, you can't do
it's
that
gotta
because you
dry.
either got to let it air dry, like the comfrey. I air dried. Use my dehydrator. Do you have a dehydrator?
I haven't done that yet, no.
Okay. Yeah,
have
I
to
really
try
like
that.
the dehydrator. I need to really experiment with my dehydrator and do a class on it. I know there's different types of them, but I know the zucchini is very good if you dehydrate it, but I haven't played with it yet. So, but
Yeah,
I
I
know.
think we have one. I just haven't thought to do it with the herbs or anything.
Right,
but
exactly.
I'll have to read up on it.
But that might be an idea because I
Might be
know you
quicker.
said the jewelweed, you air dried it for a couple years, right?
It's hanging by ropes in our garage.
Mm-hmm.
We've hung it there, and we're just now being able to use it
Right.
and that. So
The longer it dries, the better. But dehydration would eliminate
quicker.
all that. Exactly.
yeah, my store at the farm, it's got all kinds of herbs just laying out, waiting. The things that I planted in our raised bed this year,
Right.
and so they're going to be sitting a while.
Yeah, nice, nice. But I like the fact that you have something for teenagers if they're having a breakout.
Right.
And that would be the activated charcoal soap. That would be the main thing you would suggest, right?
Acne anyway.
Right.
We had, I think it was a football team that the mom used to buy it from us because they would get sweaty from doing their exercises and that, and they would have breakouts, and they would use it on test in that, and it was very beneficial for them.
Nice, nice. Okay, good. And I know also, which we have, which is a supplement in case you're having a breakout as well. You could use the soap as well,
right,
with the charcoal, but this has burdock in it too, where we're going in deep to go in and clean up the blood. And then it also has some dandelion, yellow dock, things of that sort, going in and working on the liver as well. And I know we had used this for my one grandson that had a breakout too. And sometimes it's nice too, if you have really a difficult situation, you can go in and do two. Take a supplement and then use what you're having as well.
And we have always said, you know, our products aren't going to work if you don't take care of yourself. Drink enough water. If your skin's dry and that, and then you try to incorporate it with ingredients, it's not going to help you.
Right, exactly.
And so, you know, you have to take care of the inside before you can take care of the outside.
Absolutely, yes, yes.
And,
trying to get the root cause as well.
Right, and we try to tell them, you know, doing your regimen at night is the important thing because you're going to sleep there for a while, and your skin being your largest organ,
right,
it's going to absorb and do you a lot of good. You know, don't go to bed without cleaning your skin before you go to bed.
Absolutely, yes,
You know,
absolutely.
so I know it's time consuming, but it's important.
Absolutely. Now, 'cause you have really nice looking skin. So do you have any routine you use for your skin at night?
I use the goat milk soap, and then I use the Camel moisturizing cream.
Oh, you have. Now, where's that at?
That one is this one right here.
Okay.
And so all of our creams are the same base ingredients. The only difference is the milk. And so that makes it simple. That way, if somebody maybe for whatever reason the Camel cream is maybe not working for them, we know it's the Camel cream and nothing else because they can use the goat cream. So it's kind of nice when you can balance it out that way. And a lot of our ingredients are similar in other things too, so that you can, just in case, we don't get too many people that have problems. Most of the time it's because they can't use essential oils, honestly. They can use the other oils, but they need something unscented, and so we have to watch that we don't dry unscented soap on a shelf that we just dried peppermint on.
Right.
Because that's going to absorb up into there, and they're going to have problems.
Right.
And so that's mostly the problem. It's not the other ingredients that they usually have problems with. It's the essential oils.
They're a little sensitive to it, basically, is what you're saying.
It doesn't really, you know, people think because they're essential oils that nobody can have a problem with it, but there's one essential oil that I have trouble with breathing. And it's just the way that we're made. It doesn't mean all essential oils are bad. It just means that's not for me.
Right, exactly.
And so we have people that are super sensitive that they can't use anything but unscented, and then I have to be super careful that it's not even touching anything that's scented.
Right, exactly.
And that, so.
I'm just curious, do you ever muscle test when you have a client coming into your shop? Do you ever muscle test them and said, well, this might be the best one for you? The one with Camel?
Yeah, I wouldn't have any knowledge on how to do that.
It's very simple. All you have to do is have them hold the soap up to their skin, you know, up to their body, and hold your arm out straight. And then you just kind of push down with 2 fingers, and if the arm goes down, they don't need it. You have them hold it up. If it stays up, it's good. So I'm just saying that might be something you might want to consider doing.
Yeah.
After the show, I'll show you, and we'll just kind of do that.
Okay.
But I think that would be kind of neat to see, because they're debating, do I need the one with the camel soap, the donkey, or the goat's milk?
Right.
So which one would be best for me? They can tell you what they're experiencing, but then too, you could kind of break it down when they're in your store.
Right.
I think that would be kind of cool to do that, you know.
Right.
So, but I really like I like your new product, the ones with the donkey milk. I think that's going to be a very good.
I think it is. Preliminary results are coming back real favorable, that people are liking it.
Right.
It's a lot more expensive than the goat milk.
Oh, really?
So they have to be, it's because that it's so hard for me to get and it's expensive to get. And so, you know, they're trying it to see if it's good for them.
Right,
You
and
know,
plus
so-
coming from India, just getting the shipment over here is going to be pricey itself.
Pricey, yeah, postage and or shipping here, and it takes a long time to get here, and it's hard to get.
Okay.
And we'd been wanting to do it for a lot of years, but we just couldn't find a price that we could work with. And so finally we just decided we'll put the price on there and see if it flies.
So, for example, if you get a bar of soap with the donkey, so that's all you do is the soap for the donkey milk, right? That's the only product you provide with the donkey milk?
No, we have cream.
The cream.
We have cream.
So what is the price on a bar of soap and the cream?
The bar is $9.35 for a bar, compared to the goat milk is $7.35.
Okay.
So it's a couple dollars more, and the cream is $22 for 8 ounces.
Well, that's really not bad whenever you look at a department store or a skincare store, right?
Right. Yeah, I suppose I haven't really done a market analysis for the commercial ones.
But I'm saying yours is healthier as well.
Right.
Exactly. So the donkey cream, do you put that on morning and night like a regular moisturizer?
I would. I mean, that's what I do with my Camel. Is I put that on. But the thing about it is we don't need to use a lot of this. You know, a lot of people are used to using so much lotion, and it just doesn't absorb in when you use so much. Okay. So you just need just a little bit, and it'll absorb and stay there in that. Nice. So I think a lot of the products are greasy for one, but I think a lot of times we overuse them. Okay. You know, and ours absorbs, so you're not going to feel that grease like the commercial ones. You feel oily. You're not going to really feel that because it absorbs in. And I think the milk must do something, because we do use the coconut oil and such.
Well, the coconut oil is very, very good as well. Very moisturizing.
But it absorbs as well. You know, so you don't feel oily when you're done using it. But you know, just like anything else, you can overuse. Right. So twice a day is good. Just watch how much you use. Right, exactly.
You know? So have you gotten any feedback on the donkey milk at this point?
Not yet. I think it's too new, that they haven't had a chance to maybe have 6 months worth.
I think I may try it myself, you know, and just to see how it works.
To see,
because I don't use soap from the store. I always use your goat's milk. Right. And I just know it lasts a long time.
It does.
I mean, it doesn't, you know, it just stays strong.
We have bags too, soap saver bags that they're knitted, and you put your bar in there, and so it works kind of like one of those squishies that people use, you know, for in the shower, and it's going to preserve the life of your soap.
So you use it.
You use that as your washcloth.
Ah, okay.
And so it's going to help you with the life of your soap too.
Nice.
So we have those as well.
Yeah, because I would say a bar of soap would last me at least 6 months. Yeah. Or longer.
Right, if you're not using it for your hair and everything, you know, so it's going to be
6 to 8 months, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, think about it. What does a bar of soap normally last you? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't had one for a long time.
Right, and I tell people when they come in and they say, you know, that's a little bit pricey, I can go to the dollar store and get natural soap. And
which comes from China. Who knows what's in it?
Well, and it might say natural. And I always caution them, read your ingredients. Just make sure. I'm not going to fight with anybody over it. Just read your ingredients and see what you think. You know, and those are the words that I always tell them to watch out for.
Right, and that's really a good point as well.
Right.
So we have like maybe 5 minutes left. Is there anything else you would like to cover that we didn't?
Well, one of the other things that we do is a sugar. Okay. And that's good for exfoliating too. And so we have like lavender, vanilla, grapefruit, orange, or whatever, and you can use those on your face, and it'll make it smoother. I use that about every other day. It's really good for your elbows. I don't know if your elbows get rough, but I have that, and then in the summer when I'm wearing sandals, for the backs of my feet. They're really good for that. You can get any kind of essential oil you want in them, but our most popular is peppermint or lavender or grapefruit orange. Nice. Remember, your citruses are going to be uplifting, and so that's kind of fun in the winter when you don't see as much sun. Right. To smell those citrus smells and that. So.
And then you also make the dryer balls.
We do.
Tell us about that.
They're out of wool. Is how we do it. When they're 100% wool. We don't use like a little tennis ball and then go around, and we start at the beginning and go around and do them. And put 3 in your dryer. They're going to help with the static cling. They're going to help with drying things a little bit quicker. That way you're not going to have to use this fabric softener. Your stuff's going to come out. And the other thing is, if you want a little bit added benefit for the static cling, put a 1/4 cup in your washing machine of vinegar, white vinegar. And that's not only going to help with that static cling, it's going to whiten your clothes, it's also going to clean your washer out after every load.
So you put in how much white vinegar?
1/4 cup. And make sure it's the white, don't use the apple cider.
White,
but
okay,
white.
and put that in with the
I put it in where the fabric softener should go.
Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and so I've been doing that for years, and then I use the 3 dryer balls. And
Right. Well, I have used the dryer balls forever and ever. In fact, I had gotten some from you last year, again, for a gift for Christmas, you know?
Yeah, they last forever.
Now, where do you get your wool?
There's a local farm to us that raise sheep,
Okay.
and then they shear them and they process the wool, and I buy from them.
Right, because I do know, and please don't get me wrong, I do see them at health food stores, but you don't know where the material has come from, or if there's a ball in the middle where you said they start from a little
Yeah,
ball.
a lot of times they use a tennis ball and then they just put a little bit around, but ours are 100% all of the wool, and he raises the sheep right on his farm, so
Nice,
and
very
it's all
nice.
his. So
you are a busy, busy lady.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, and that very nice. I like that. So is there anything else we need to cover before we close?
Just what we were talking about earlier about the salts. You were talking about the Epsom salts and how important
we
those
didn't
are.
talk about that,
And I
yes.
forgot to bring that with me, but we do Epsom salt with a little bit of Dead Sea salts, and then we add essential oils. And there's a lot of
Nice.
things that you can do with those. Soak your feet in one of those baths, or you can soak. We also do it in a tea bag. And you can just throw the tea bag in your bath water, and then you don't have all that stuff.
Yeah, because you don't have all that debris afterwards.
Right.
I like that. So
I meant to bring
that's very
one
nice.
and I forgot.
Yeah,
but-
that's very, very good, because I feel as though the Epsom salts can go in and help with a lot of internal inflammation as well.
Right.
And then what again do you put in it again?
I use the Epsom salts and Dead Sea salts, and then the essential oil.
Right.
Just real simple ingredients. Sometimes I'll throw some dried herbs. If I'm using the tea bag, I might throw some lavender,
Right.
or something in there. Maybe a little bit of chamomile or something. But in the bag, like you say, you don't have to clean anything up. You just throw the tea bag away.
Right, exactly. I like that, because I tend to use the Mr. Teal's Epsom salts. Do you use that for a base by any chance?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like, to me, that's
Yeah.
the best Epsom
Yeah.
salt out there.
Right.
So that's good to know as well. So, and what was in the little gift bag right here as well?
That's the one that has 2 ounces of lotion. We're doing these for, people can use these for like hostess gifts, or if they just want to throw a little something in their Christmas bag. But it has 2 ounces of your lotion, cream, so you can have donkey, goat, or camel cream. And then we have 1 ounce as a bar of soap. You can have either the 3 milk lines and a soap dish.
Nice.
So if
Very
somebody's
nice.
not used it before, it gives them a sample of both the cream and the soap to
Right.
see whether they like it or not.
What is the best for your hands, the anti-aging and the moisturizer for your hands in the wintertime?
The anti-aging probably is going to be your donkey milk, because that's what one of the benefits is, but all of them are going to help with the dryness,
Okay.
because they're all going to absorb in
Okay.
that. So
Very good, very good. So I think what we have to do is remember this is a perfect time to give the gift of health during the holiday, during the Christmas, you know, and you can put together maybe some vitamin D. Maybe you have an aunt or an uncle that maybe is in a care facility, like a nursing home, and you could take them their own soap, you know, maybe some D3, or maybe some elderberry defense to keep their immune system strong. Or, you know, maybe you don't know what to get a person. Maybe it's the grandson. You know, give him some nice, clean soap, you know, to go in and help his complexion as well. But I feel as though this is the time, you know, health is wealth. And this is the time to maybe plant the seed to introduce something in the holistic field for their health. May it be skincare, may it be to go in and help maybe with some allergies. things of that sort. Everybody is different, and sometimes we have weak areas, and we need to support that and work on it. So I thank you so much, Kathy, for taking the time.
Well, thank you for having me.
Again, tell them about your website.
Oh, it's nannygoatnaturals.com.
Okay, good. So have a blessed holiday, and be blessed and be thankful for all of your blessings. Gratitude is so important at this time. Be blessed. Have a blessed holiday. Merry Christmas. Thank you.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.